You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we may have a bit of a bombshell. Not a bit, a bombshell. By way of ESPN that's actually done journalistic work, question mark? Does this still happen at ESPN? I didn't even know it still happened. And you got to wonder, considering ESPN's in bed with the NFL, Monday Night Football, etc., exactly how well the NFL is going to look at this. Nonetheless, right now, because it seems like the NFL may have themselves a bit of a cushy setup by way of corruption. And what corruption would that be? How about the head of the Players Association, the Players Union, being involved behind the scenes with an equity firm that's trying to buy an NFL team? Wait a minute. What is going on here? This is not how it's supposed to be done. And this is a problem. It's a serious problem. And now we got to wonder, is this why the collusion situation was just overlooked? I suspected something was fishy, and ESPN actually tried to get behind it and find out. The NFL Players Association Executive Director Lloyd Howell Jr. is working as a paid part-time consultant for the Carlyle Group, one of a select group of league-approved private equity firms now seeking minority ownership in NFL franchises. Sources told ESPN. So he is a consultant for a group that's literally trying to become part of a group that Lloyd Howell is supposed to be, for lack of a better way of putting it, always pushing back against. Oh, it sounds like there's officially now no way to know where his interests lie. All I know is the league and ownership has deeper pockets than the Players Association. Let's put it that way. Lloyd Howell joined the firm in March 2023, 3 months before the NFLPA hired him to be the player's chief representative in relations with the league. We've got corruption in the National Football League, folks. Last August, the NFL named 3 private equity firms and consortium of firms, including Carlyle, to a list of approved funds that can invest in minority franchise stakes not to exceed 10%. So that's, for example, let me give you an example. Tom Brady and his little group that busted into the Raiders and got that 10% ownership of the Raiders. And the Raiders cut them a massive deal based on what a lot of people believe is a bullshit value placed on the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders are worth $8 to $10 billion bucks. All right? Eli Manning was trying to get part ownership with the Giants because they decided they were going to sell off 10%. Just like this, right? And he couldn't do it. He pulled out of it yesterday. Why did he pull out of it? Because the Giants franchise is valued at $10 billion, which means he'd have to come up with $1 billion damn dollars. Him and various entities involved with Eli. All right? Eli made a lot of money in his NFL career. So did Tom Brady. Neither one of them was coming up with $1 billion bucks. All right? You'd have to have a Jeff Bezos enter the conversation, enter the chat. It'd have to be somebody with really, 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 really deep pockets entering the conversation. If you're going to get like a Bezos or somebody like that entering the conversation, well, what are they going to do? They're just going to buy the whole damn franchise. They're not like, I don't want 10%. I want the whole damn thing because that's the kind of money I got. Oh, man. This is crazy. A month later, a senior union lawyer spoke with Howe about whether it was appropriate for him to continue working as an operations executive in the Carlyle Group's aerospace and defense investment team, sources told ESPN. The union lawyer asked Howe to consider resigning from the private equity firm to avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest if the firm takes an ownership stake in an NFL franchise. A source with knowledge of the situation said Lloyd Howell declined to step away from Carlisle, the source said. So somebody even told him, look, this don't look good. You need to quit the other thing. And he said, nah, not doing it. Oh, shit. Oh, hell. You got a man now. You got a man now that's getting ready, in my opinion, is getting ready to get fired by the Players Association. He's getting ready to get his ass run off because this looks bad. How do we know you have the best interest of the players, which is the whole point? Lloyd Howell could not be reached by ESPN, declined to comment through a union spokesperson. Wow. However, a source familiar with the matter told ESPN that Howell recalls only that concerns were, quote, raised by a union employee, and he said he would do his, quote, due diligence before making a decision. 10 months after the issue was raised, Howell continues to work as a part-time consultant for the Carlyle Group, which is actively exploring investments in NFL franchises, but has not made one yet. They're trying to get into the club, and he's working for the players. Woo! And guys, these are two entities that are supposed to be able to work together, but there should not be any crossover between these entities behind the scenes at all. So this is what's fixing to happen is he's fixing to, now that this story has made ESPN, now that it's went public, and when people start understanding what's happening here, he's gonna leave one of the two positions. Whichever one is paying the most is the one he's going to end up staying with. I don't know how you can trust him. If I'm the players union, I fire him because I'm not trusting you. All right? Even if you say you step down, which maybe you do, you still have all your little tentacles into the situation, and I wouldn't want that. A Carlyle Group spokesperson said Howell had disclosed his work at the NFLPA to the firm, but she said Howell has no involvement in the business or internal communications around the firm's NFL approval process or any of the firm's activities related to the NFL. Quote, he had no access to information about the NFL and Carlisle process beyond public news reports due to strict Carlisle information barriers in place, a spokesperson for the firm said. Carlisle was not aware of the request from the union lawyers for Lloyd to resign from Carlisle. It doesn't matter now. It's out. Jim Quinn, the NFLPA's former lead counsel outside of about 25 years, said that when he represented Howell's predecessors, Gene Upshaw and DeMaurice Smith, neither was allowed to be paid for outside work. Why is that, folks? That's where we'll end that. You can go to ESPN and read the rest of the article because it's damn good. Why were they not allowed to have any other outside involvement with any other positions? To avoid corruption and the temptation of said corruption. Wow. Woo. This is interesting. This is interesting. So you're going to see something happen, I would guess, relatively quick now that this comes out, provided news organizations appropriately talk about this. Like, this news should be on First Take. Colin Cowherd should talk about it. Every major media sports entity should have a segment on this and to explain it to the public. you've got a situation that is potentially corrupt because you got a guy behind the scenes that's working for a firm that's involved with an entity trying to get involved with NFL franchises while still supposedly having the best interest of the players in mind. No, it's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen at all. And look, I tend to be much more on the side of the NFL owners than the players, generally speaking. But even I know this is no bueno, okay? No mother effing bueno. Wow. Wow. I hope people that watch this video understand how bleeped up this is because it's mother bleeped up. All right? It's mother effed to the fullest extent of the F's. Woo-wee! You want to talk about collusion? Collusion? Corruption? I mean, this is like shit that you would see the mob try to do. To have a little, let's have a little something going on behind the scene, blah, blah, blah. Oh, boy. Okay. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store, our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.